Hi everyone, and I'm here to share with you a new RPG game that I've created, and this is actually using the ChatGPT prompt. So recently I've been looking at the Generative Agents paper, and they're able to simulate various agents interacting with one another using some memory retrieval and so on. So this has gotten me to think whether or not I can create a game whereby you are like one of the agents here interacting with the world. Okay, there's no memory here because we are using the ChatGPT interface later on, and there's no like external memory you can retrieve inside there. Okay, that has to be done using the API call, which costs money. So what I did was I basically asked the ChatGPT to imagine being a game simulator, and I gave it some prompts to guide how it's going to output. So firstly, we asked like it to say that you are an RPG game simulator. The theme is what? Harry Potter. You can also adjust this theme. I've done this for Matrix as well with Neo, and it kind of works also. So the plot is that Harry Potter will need to acquire spells to defeat Voldemort before the world is destroyed. So you give a plot so that the AI, or rather ChatGPT, knows how to expand on the plot later on. Okay, the final boss is Voldemort. Okay, this is used to ground the AI so that it knows that this is the final boss to fight. Okay, the player must defeat 3 boss monsters to win. Play as Harry Potter with companions Ron and Hermione with the following base stats. Okay, HP, MP. Okay, the wand, rusty shield, no spells. Dialogues are generally at least 5 to 6 lines and should be the focus of the simulator. But because I did a few iterations of this, I spent about 6 to 8 hours fine-tuning this prompt. I realized that if you don't have like character dialogues, the game can feel a bit bland. So yeah. Then for the purpose of displaying, separate the battle stats with this line, actions as well, do it in a numbered list, display the screen title with this. Right. So this is just some UI like beautifying it. So this is the main screen. Main screen displays this following stuff. So I won't go in detail, but this is basically just to tell the ChatGPT how to display the various screens. The combat screen displays like how the story of the monster is encountered, some stats, some actions that you can take, and some like description of how we can like do the damage calculation and so on will be done here. All right. The post-combat screen, you will get some loot, some bonus loot, level up, upgrade the stats, and then choose one of the spells, okay, to level up. And we have the armory, which is basically like if you want to equip better items. But you normally don't have to go to the armory screen because you can already do this automatically after the post-combat screen. All right, so you may begin introductory dialogue to set the mood and then show the main screen. Well, let's see how the game looks like. All right, let's go. All right, so this is the game simulator. All right. Okay, so there's some dialogue here. I like to use this dialogue because like this is what makes ChatGPT great. You can imagine a lot of dialogue. So Voldermort is out there, stronger than ever, make the player feel excited. All right, need to learn more spells. So this is the plot. All right. Of course, Harry says. Of course, Hermione says, we'll do whatever it takes to defeat Voldemort. Of course. All right. So this is the win condition. So I just like to highlight this here. Without this win condition, the game may not end the game. ChatGPT may not end the game because I don't have external memory here. So if I don't put this win condition and the final boss, I realize the game might not end. So this is sort of to ground the ChatGPT to know what's the win condition and so that it can generate the win message at the end of it. So this is absolutely crucial for this. All right. So these are the battle stats. Okay, I keep repeating the battle stats and the equipment and the spells, okay, because I want the game to remember. Like after a certain context length, you kind of forget all this. So ideally, this should be repeated in like as many prompts generated by ChatGPT as possible. All right, so let's go to like, I can show you the armory screen. So you can see the armory screen. It's like that. Currently you own nothing. So we can just go back to the main screen. All right, so what we will do is we engage in combat. So it's a goblin, all right. So I program it such that like maybe after every 3 monsters is a boss. Okay, it's currently not that great because like sometimes it might not be able to keep track because of the context length. But this will all get better once we can interface with external API or memory. All right, what I want to do, maybe let's try some of the spells. Shall we see whether we have any spells? Okay, so this is actually a mistake because we ourselves have no spells. So like over here, Harry did not have any spells, but the game still allowed you to cast Expelliarmus. So this means that the context over here, and I said that the character, where is it? Yep, only if there's learn player spells, they might already have forgotten this context, right? Because it's a bit too long. Okay, but it's all right. Let's just go like maybe quick combat. Let's take a look what happens. All right. I have obtained the Sword of Gryffindor. Oh, nice. Right. And I've gained some level up stats. I can choose one of the spells to learn. So like, let's see. Maybe let's learn Petrificus Totalis. I think this is great. Yeah. Although it's 10 MP, but it paralyzes the enemy for one turn. Okay, let's go. Great choice, Hermione says. Yeah. So I quite like this interactions. I programmed it in using the prompt. All right. So if you know, it kind of makes you feel a bit warm and like fuzzy. You know, we have companions. Right? Who doesn't like companions, right? Right. So over here, again, we have 0 out of 3 bosses defeated. Let's just continue combating. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's fight another boss. Okay, finally we have a boss. It's a troll, right? In the Forbidden Forest. So you can see the context is not bad. You see, Forbidden Forest and trolls, not bad. Yeah. And I didn't give it any of the bosses, by the way. I didn't give it any of the descriptions of the monsters, or the weapons, or the spells. And it's because the pre-training data online for Harry Potter is huge. So, you know, if you are using a very popular genre like this, you don't have to specify anything. ChatGPT already has it in its memory. Right? But if you are doing your own game, you might need to have more descriptions of your own characters. Okay, let's just do like diplomacy this time. Let's see whether diplomacy works. Troll doesn't seem to understand. Oh no, so you still have to fight. All right, let's just quick combat it and end it. Oh, swings with all his might. Oh, narrowly missed. I mean, you can totally imagine you can just program something to like output some series of like potential functions like dodge club or this. Then you can like create a 3D video of it. So it's quite good. Then you can also ask it to generate like give me a plausible music. If you can do some API for music, this would be a great game already. You can just power the whole game with the ChatGPT backend. The only problem is that, you know, currently it still like hallucinates a bit because of the context length. Yeah, you probably need to have some external memory to ground it. And you know, some of the game mechanics, because if you don't have the starting prompt, you might not know you need to like do a turn-based kind of thing. So this is like, it's running on hallucinations now because it's just basing on the last few contexts and deciding how to do the next ones. So the way I programmed this is so that I keep repeating a few screens, combat screen, post-combat screen, main screen, so it can like learn from the past kind of references and then keep repeating it. This is a stopgap solution right now because we don't have external memory. But once we do have external memory, I can imagine this will be a solid game. You will remember all the items you get, all the spells you get, and this can be potentially like super generative. Only problem is the cost. Hopefully the cost will be low, then this generative kind of game will work out. Wow, it'll be so good. All right, so let's see. I want Stupefy. Stupefy is good, stuns the enemy for one turn. Then you can also ask like, what are the status effects in this game? So you can see here 1 out of 3 bosses defeated. Very good. We are closer to Voldermort. What's the status effects in this game. Right. Describe the status effects in detail. Right. So you can see I didn't give any status effects, but because all this RPG genre is available online, so these are the common ones. All right. Before that, I actually tried to give it some prompts to write the status effects. But I realized it's not necessary because there's a lot of spells already available. So okay, let's go to engage in combat. All right. Right, Aragog the spider boss. Oh no. Okay, so you can see over here, they actually put everything in commas. Okay, I wanted it in like the what do you call that? The straight line. Sometimes it gets it right, sometimes it doesn't. All right, and that's also because of the context length. If the context length was better. So actually, if you look at this, I specified here. Okay, separate battle sets and equipment with this. Over here, they already get it wrong. Okay, sometimes it gets it right, sometimes get it wrong. So this is one of the limitations of GPT. You may not get reliable generation. But if you use, I think GPT-4, this will probably be very consistent. Okay, just that sometimes they may not attend it properly. All right, so let's see what we like to do. Quick combat. All right, maybe we try diplomacy first. Let's try to talk to Aragog the spider. He doesn't seem to understand. All right, quick combat to finish him off. All right, let's go. I always like games with quick combat because sometimes it's quite lengthy for the combat. All right, let's see Pendant or Agility. That's great. Okay, let's see Expulso. All right. I really like the spells because like all this, I didn't even program the spells. All right, let's go. 2 out of 3. Will we face Voldermort next? Oh no, a loud roar. Fearsome werewolf. Oh, this is not Voldermort. This is just a werewolf. All right, let's just make good. Oh, it's a boss. Okay, so it might mean that we may not face Voldemort after all. Okay, let's just learn one of the spells and then see whether 3 out of 3. All right, let's see whether we face Voldemort now. Let's go. All right, as Ron, Hermione make their way through the dark foreboding halls of the Forbidden Forest, they suddenly hear a voice calling out to them. Potter, the voice sneers. I've been expecting you. They turn around and see a figure emerging from the shadows. It's Voldemort himself, his eyes gleaming with malevolent intent. I've seen you've defeated my minions, Voldemort says. But you won't be so lucky this time. He raises his wand and a powerful bolt of dark magic shoots towards Harry and his companions. Well, actually, that's not bad. That's not bad. All right, let's go. All right, since it's the final boss, let's just try to use some spells. All right. Okay, let's see what I want. I want Expulso. All right, small explosion. Let's go. Does Voldemort have any spells? See, Voldemort has Crucial Avada. Oh, he has Avada Kedavra. All right. What we like to do, Stupefy. Let's try Stupefy. So you can see the gameplay mechanics sometimes gets forgotten because of the long context length. Yeah. So now it's supposed to generate the actions, you see? But they did not really work out too well for this because like it lost the how to play the game already. So let's just choose a different action. Oh no, it costs Imperial. All right, let's go. Let's go. All right, the locket. Okay. So let's go. Let's go. Oh, this is actually some like cinematic. Oh, not bad. All right, let's try diplomacy. Can Voldemort be convinced not to fight you? Voldemort, please, he says. This has gone on enough. We don't have to keep fighting like this. You can choose a different path. Voldemort snarls, his eyes gleaming with malice. I will never stop, Potter, he says. I will never rest until I've conquered this world and become the most powerful wizard in history. Harry sighs, realizing his diplomacy won't work. He raises his wand and prepares to fight once again. Yeah, actually quite nice. And we can even talk to Voldemort. Like, you can ask Voldemort. Talk to Voldemort. You can just say like Harry says, Voldemort, we are all wizards. Let us all live in peace. Okay, let's see what Voldemort says for that. Voldemort laughs scornfully. Peace, Potter. Do you really think that's possible? You're either with me or against me, and I can't have any opposition. You can ask. Harry says, Voldemort, but you already have Malfoy. Actually, Malfoy is not Voldemort, but let's say Malfoy has been a loyal follower all along. He's been working to help you achieve your goals. You lie, he hisses. Voldemort says, it's the truth. It looks uncertain. You are trying to trick me. Okay, so and you can even say like Harry says, like, let us each have our own following and live separately without fighting. Right, let's see whether this works. So you can try to diplomacy yourself. Only one of us can try at the end. And okay, let's try it. Okay. But what about the prophecy? What do you know about the prophecy? He demands. One of us has to die. It's not bad. You got all the information that. Well, actually, this is quite fun. He shakes it. No, Potter, he says. The prophecy must be fulfilled. It's my destiny to conquer this world and your destiny to die at my hand. All right, I guess there's no way to talk to Voldemort. Let's just whack him. Quick combat. All right. He stares and watches, and you can't win. What do you like to do? Attack with a wand. Okay, again, you see the context has changed already because like we have talked to Voldemort too much. We forgot the original API. All right, let's see. Defeat Voldemort. All right, we can just defeat by just saying defeat. All right. All right. Okay, we cast a powerful spell, sending a burst of green light towards Voldemort. Oh wow, did Harry just cast Avada Kedavra? All right, and that's the end of the game. So I hope you enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this. I actually played this game like close to 10 times. You can see over here, this is like I played this game many times. It'll be great if we could keep repeating this starting prompt again and again and again so that the game would be able to ground the kind of interactions. Like over here, the attack and defense, but after a while it got forgotten because like, I just basically not use it. So if we could keep reminding the AI with this API, you could have the turn-based battle or but it's fine. I mean, like in the end, it turns out that like even though it didn't work as like intended for all the kind of options, all right, because of lack of grounding, the game is still playable. Like you can even talk to Voldermort, you can even talk to your companions, you can even ask like give Harry says to Ron, you are brave too. You can see what Harry says. Yeah, you can see, thanks Harry. Hermione nods in yeah, so you can talk to your companions and they can reply you. So I see a lot of potential for this in terms of generative AI to power the gameplay experience. And more importantly, it also validates the generative agents paper. You can actually ground the agents in memory and ask it to interact, and the interactions are very plausible. Okay, so I actually have this in my GitHub. So you can check this TensorFlow implementations RPG. So there's a main.txt for the Harry Potter. I created the Matrix one yesterday. So the Matrix is the same, just that we changed this. The theme is the Matrix. The plot is that you change the plot here. The final boss, you change this. All right, then you can say who are the companions. Okay, always put some companions. Okay, because without companions, the game is quite boring. Like it's always nice to have some dialogue. Yeah, we all like dialogues. Yeah, so everything else is the same. I guess I could change the word spells to skills so that it becomes more appropriate in context. But overall, the game is playable and it's actually pretty fun. Yeah. So do try it out yourself. Let me know in the comments if you like this game. And yeah, I think I just unlocked a brand new world of using ChatGPT to play games. I didn't know it was that enjoyable until yesterday. So yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you around. Bye.